telling you.
Tired of waiting and waiting and waiting just to see how the weather will be tomorrow? First Alert No Wait Weather with Austin Reed has you covered. Get tomorrow's forecast and the 5-day outlook in less than a minute and at a convenient time. Weeknights between 6 and 10 p.m. only on KVHF 4, KVBC 13, KPID 31, and VTV Fresno. First Alert No Wait Weather, brought to you exclusively by the Ventura Broadcasting Company.
We need help to find this missing child. Hallie Cummings was 7 when she went missing. She was last seen in Satsuma, Florida in February of 2009. This is what we believe she looks like today at age 11. If you have any information, please call the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children at 1-800-THE-LOST. That's 1-800-843-5678. Please help bring Hallie Cummings home.
Hi, I'm John Mallos. Welcome to this live edition of Connect with me on the showroom floor at Ventura TV on this day. Today we're going to talk about an organization, a nonprofit that has been around 42 years, since 1973. They just celebrated their 42nd anniversary, and they have been here to help people in the Central Valley, not only during the holidays, but throughout the entire year. 436-ME-TV, option 11. We're back in just a moment. And welcome back to the program, including all of those who were watching the news conference with the French president and President Obama at the White House. News conference just wrapping up moments ago. So welcome here to Meet TV Fresno on this Tuesday morning. And of course, you heard the news about Turkey apparently accused now of shooting down a Russian fighter jet over Syria. It crashed, and so we'll see the reaction from President Putin in Russia, what he will do about it. Of course, it's the fight over ISIS and Assad, who is in charge there. Tomorrow, we're going to talk to somebody from the Catholic Church and ask him how he relates this to the scriptures. And is this what we're reading, what will happen or leads up to the big event, the end in terms of the scriptures? We'll talk about that tomorrow, so you're welcome to call in there as well. In the meantime, let's take the shot of Ventura TV in the showroom floor. It's already Black Friday here, even though it's still a few days away. You can see the showroom floor there with all sorts of stoves and refrigerators with the Black Friday deals already in place right here at Ventura TV. You can get fridges, big screen TVs, washers, dryers. Hey, it's live right here at Ventura TV on this Tuesday morning. We're open tomorrow, closed Thursday, and then back on Friday. And the entire weekend you can enjoy those Black Friday deals. In the meantime, time to remind you, you're watching us live on Comcast at channel 375 or Xfinity, if you want to call it that, each and every Monday through Friday, live at 10 to 11. And then it's 43.6 and 13.1 over the air broadcast with an antenna if you don't have Comcast cable. Then the replay comes later in the day at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 13.6 YouTube, 4.6 Biz TV. And of course, the Twitter account has not changed, not one bit, at John Mallow's Me TV. And so let's get right to it. An organization that has been around the Central Valley helping people from all walks of life for many, many years. It's called simply the Poverello House. Let's roll the videotape, my friends. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. And of course, on Thursday, they'll be serving up those Thanksgiving meals as they do every day. The man who helped start this whole thing is Mike McGarvin. There's no question that he is a driving force behind the POV. They serve 1,600 meals a day. On Thanksgiving Day, they'll serve some 800, but another 800 meals will go home for dinner to those that come in. The POV, as I said, is 42 years old. They celebrated their 42nd anniversary in October, and they started the organization back in 1973. The man who helped start it, Mike McGarvin, is still there. You don't have to be homeless, though, or even penniless to go into the POV, not only on Thanksgiving, but any day of the week. If you're struggling to make ends meet, you and your family are welcome there any time of day or night. And of course, there is a large homeless population here in the city of Fresno, and that homeless population is migrating to the north. They're not only in southeast or southwest, they are migrating north of Shaw, even north of Herndon in some cases. Live in our studio right now is Cruz Avila. He is the executive director of the Poverello House. He is starting his third year as the executive director, so he's been here a while. He knows Fresno. He knows what to expect, and he will talk about the homeless population. He'll talk about the Poverello House, what their plans are for this week and for Thanksgiving Day. And you are welcome to call in and ask Cruz any type of question. If you want to donate, they accept food, they accept turkeys, they accept canned goods, and they'll even take hard, cold cash. 436-ME-TV, option 11. We're back in just a moment.
Tired of waiting and waiting and waiting just to see how the weather will be tomorrow? First Alert No Wait Weather with Austin Reed has you covered. Get tomorrow's forecast and the 5-day outlook in less than a minute and at a convenient time. Weeknights between 6 and 10 p.m. only on KVHF 4, KVBC 13, KPID 31, and VTV Fresno. First Alert No Wait Weather, brought to you exclusively by the Ventura Broadcasting Company.
You can watch Dr. TV on over-the-air channel 13.9.
We need help to find this missing child. Patrick Alford was 8 when he went missing. He was last seen in Brooklyn, New York in January of 2010. This is what we believe he looks like today at age 12. If you have any information, please call the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children at 1-800-THE-LOST. That's 1-800-843-5678. Please help bring Patrick Alford home.
Take a look at this. Let's play.
This is too hip for you. I'll slow down.
Let's play.
Watch all your favorite classic game shows on Buzzer TV, KBBC Digital Channel 13.7.
Tired of waiting and waiting and waiting just to see how the weather will be tomorrow? First Alert No Wait Weather with Austin Reed has you covered. Get tomorrow's forecast and the 5-day outlook in less than a minute and at a convenient time. Weeknights between 6 and 10 p.m. only on KVHF 4, KVBC 13, KPID 31, and VTV Fresno. First Alert No Wait Weather, brought to you exclusively by the Ventura Broadcasting Company.
We need help to find this missing child. Hallie Cummings was 7 when she went missing. She was last seen in Satsuma, Florida in February of 2009. This is what we believe she looks like today at age 11. If you have any information, please call the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children at 1-800-THE-LOST. That's 1-800-843-5678. Please help bring Hallie Cummings home.
Tired of waiting and waiting and waiting just to see how the weather will be tomorrow? First Alert No Wait Weather with Austin Reed has you covered. Get tomorrow's forecast and the 5-day outlook in less than a minute and at a convenient time. Weeknights between 6 and 10 p.m. only on KVHF 4, KVBC 13, KPID 31, and VTV Fresno. First Alert No Wait Weather, brought to you exclusively by the Ventura Broadcasting Company.
Take a look at this.
Let's play. This is too hip for you. I'll slow down.
Let's play.
Watch all your favorite classic game shows on Buzzer TV, KBBC Digital Channel 13.7.
Back here on the program live on Connect With Me on MeTV Fresno, showroom floor at Ventura TV, where we're celebrating our Black Friday specials already here on a Tuesday morning. And of course, we'll get to the Poverello house and our guest at Cruz, Avila in just a moment. But the weather is supposed to change here momentarily. Well, at least later this afternoon. And time for that now. Time to check in with our guy, Austin Reed of the Justice Network.
Well, good morning to you, John. Hello, everyone. Austin Reed checking in from the First Alert No Wait Weather Center on this Tuesday. Of course, it is Thanksgiving week. And did you notice the change this morning? Much cooler, and we are seeing some rain. A lot of moisture has moved in to Central California. First off, I want to show you this map. This is from the National Weather Service. This is an outlook for today and tomorrow. You can see on the left, that is the snowfall advisory. A winter storm advisory has been issued for parts of the Yosemite Valley. Those areas in the mountains could see up to 2 to 4 inches of snow today through tomorrow. Snow levels dropping to 2,000 feet. Now on the right-hand side, that is a rain outlook, up to a ½ an inch in parts of the Central Valley. I have posted this graphic on my Twitter account and on my Facebook. Just search Austin Reed online. Here's the forecast for today across the Fresno Metro. 64 for a high. We will see more rain showers tonight. Temperatures tonight will drop down to the high 30s, 38 for a low in Fresno. Humidity right around 65%. Coming up tonight in your No Wait weather forecast, I'll talk more about the storm that's headed to the Central California area and what you can expect in parts of the Grapevine and in the mountains later tonight through tomorrow. And how will Thanksgiving look? I'll detail it all tonight. We'll see you then. For now, I'm Austin Reed in the First Alert No Wait Weather Center for Connect With Me Weather. Have a terrific Tuesday, John. I'll send it back to you.
And of course, you can catch Austin Reed every Monday through Friday live at 6 o'clock on the Justice Network, all part of the Ventura Broadcasting Company here at Ventura TV. Okay, time to get to our main topic here on the program. And of course, we're talking about the Poverello House and Cruz, Avila, the executive director, your third year. Welcome back to the program. You were here last year, of course. And I'm so glad you're here. And explain, okay, you're in your third year. What exactly are your responsibilities as the executive director. What does the executive director do at the POV?
Well, thank you for having me back on the show. It's always a pleasure being here. To really answer the question is just making sure that our mission and vision, Papa Mike's mission and vision that he started back in 1973, that it continues with all the goals, the accomplishments, and really serving our clients. That's the main thing that we're here to do. No questions asked as we continue to enrich the lives and spirits of all who pass our way. It's simple for us because we at the Poverello House are there to really support the needs of our community, and one of those biggest needs is helping our homeless population, and that's what we're here to do, and that's what I'm here to carry out.
What do you do, though, day in and day out as part of your responsibility?
Well, I do a little bit of everything. I mean, we're, as executive director, making sure that that we are fiscal stewards of folks' monies that are coming in, all those donations that are coming in, making sure that our operations are running on a day-to-day basis, our grants that we're applying for, that we are making sure that we're, doing what we need to do as far as the recipients of those grants, making sure that the mission and vision is getting carried through, but also really addressing those needs within the community and making sure that our clients are getting the best customer service as they walk in our doors, and leading our amazing team of 29 that we now have, and making sure that we're all doing our part and that we're helping our community in the bigger way.
Yeah, talk about some of the donations now. As a nonprofit, it's a 501c3.
Correct.
How much money do you take in a year?
So our budget is $2.3 billion a year. That's what we run. Million. I'm sorry, billion.
I thought you said
sorry, million a
That'd be
year.
a lot of money.
Yeah, so
you
2.3.
could build a new facility for that,
would
right?
That would be awesome.
Yeah,
$2.3 million a year, and what that really does for us is it's really our operations. We're 90% private donors that come in. These are businesses, foundations, personal donations, individual donations that come in, and then that other 10% is through our Naomi's House, which is federally funded through our HUD grant, that really supports the drive of Naomi's House as well. So that's why we say it's a 90-10 split on that end.
Yeah, and how about salaries for staff? You have 29. How much is set aside for that?
Well, I mean, it's just based on each of our individual staff that we have, so we can range anywhere from, it just depends on we just actually just finished our fiscal budget. We're on a fiscal year, so it can range anywhere from about 500 to 600,000 in salaries alone
In
for
salaries and benefits.
Yeah,
huh?
for 29 staff.
29 people.
Yeah.
And where do you find these 29 staffers?
So just some of the folks have been with us for many years. I started back in September of 2013, and so I'm now hitting my third year, like you had just mentioned earlier. But we're really looking for the best of the best, right, to really give back to the community, and just recently hired a fund developer as well, and so now we're really looking at trying to do some more fund development for the Poverello House as we continue with everything that we're doing with all the services, the programs that we have. So in order to do that, you need to have the right staff and the right commitment to make those strides happen.
We're looking at some video here of the POV. Where is this?
So this is it's actually going in before you go into our kitchen. It's in the back. It's in the storage area by our cold storage. So you can see all the food, the donations. I mean, you can see the potatoes, the lemons, the carrots, all the stuff that we get in that are fresh produce. Some is also, if you can see the turkeys that we're getting in as we're doing our turkey drive as we're underway here in the thick of it. So you can see all the food that gets donated on a day-to-day basis there at the Poverello House.
Yeah, and those are frozen turkeys that just came in.
Yeah.
And there are some people that are there donating and having food. They're unloading the car, the back of the station wagon there, and so you get a lot of donations with food, especially
Correct.
this time of year. And are you ever at a point where you're overloaded on food, or you can never be in a situation where you can say that?
Yeah, no, we're on a day-to-day. So as folks start dropping off, you can see this gentleman dropping off clothing. We get clothing, food, a bit of everything. And as we go through our warehouse, we're constantly checking to make sure that we have the right donations, that we're coming in for our meals on a day-to-day basis as well.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, yeah, so you can see there, I mean, plenty of donations, but we're rotating. I mean, the food's coming and going, and we're prepping those meals every day, so the food is getting rotated in and out of our warehouse. So you'll see it's on a day-to-day basis, so we'll get donations
You accept
from the
personal
day-to-day.
care items like deodorant, toothpaste,
Correct.
toothbrushes?
Correct, everything.
Hair care, those type of items.
Yeah, everything. So we put them into our kits, our nutrition kits, our health kits. I mean, just depending on what the community's looking for, we have it, no questions asked, and we're always addressing that emergency need, so that's what we're there for.
Okay, caller, you're on the air with Cruz Avila. Go ahead.
Yes, good morning and happy Thanksgiving. Do you accept donations of clothes?
Yes, we do.
Oh, great, because I have 3 huge bags of clothes that, they're my clothes, but most of them are new.
Okay.
And I got several winter coats and jackets that are, brand new. And I would like to take them, so I just have somebody take them there and somebody will receive them?
Yeah, just come on down to, it's 412 F Street. We're right downtown. The major cross streets are Ventura and G Street. But if you come on down, the donation gates open, and security will flag you through where you need to drop off the donations. But we're always there accepting those donations. So please come on down.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, great! I'll have my son take it next week, because this week it's going to be kind of busy for everybody. So we'll take it next week.
These are some of the shocking numbers there. Thank you very much, caller. Up on your screen, you can see right now some of the numbers. 1 in 6 here in the state of California are hungry, and 1/4 of those are kids that go homeless each and every day. About 1,200 meals are served daily. Actually, it's about 1,600 from what you told me on a daily basis. And then, of course, on Thanksgiving, you'll be serving up that Thanksgiving meal around noontime, as I understand it?
Correct.
Okay, and then you'll be sending about 800 more dinners home or meals home for dinner.
Correct. So it's the sack lunches that we give out for Thanksgiving. Normally we still have our breakfast. The lunch is the big meal. So we serve around probably around 800 meals or so that day, which will be this Thursday coming up for Thanksgiving. And then we do the sack lunch. So the sack lunch is what goes out to the clients that come into the family, so they're able to take dinner home with them as well.
Another piece of videotape we'll take full screen and look at here. Is that the line outside the POV?
Correct. This is the line that, as folks line up, they're waved in by our security, and security lets them come on in, and then obviously they have a seat, they guide them, and so sometimes we'll do either a buffet style, or we have the clients have a seat, and then we'll take the trays out and feed our clients. And you can see on the picture there, as you can see some of our volunteers taking out the meals to the clients as they're sitting waiting for their food.
Now let me ask you something. If someone is hungry, can they come in and pick up a meal and take it home with them, like any day of the week, or do they have to sit there at the Poverello house and actually eat their food?
So it can go either way. So if folks are coming in, or if they have an emergency where they can't stay, then they let us know. They come up to the front contact office and they let us know.
That looks good.
Yeah, it's the turkeys that are roasting there.
Yeah.
The rotisserie there. But yeah, clients will be able to come in, and if they can't sit down for that hot, warm meal, nutritious meal that we give out, then they'll take them kind of the to-go meal, as we say. So
you can get a to-go meal, and what does that to-go meal include?
So it's everything that's been cooked and prepped. It's just put in a sack lunch to go. Obviously, sometimes there's sandwiches or any other type of food that we can provide that we can have to go, and that's what the clients will take. So, but normally the hot, warm meals are there for the POV, but the to-go lunches or sandwiches and other meals that they can take, so the food doesn't go to waste or that it doesn't spoil, and the clients are able to eat a nutritious meal.
All right, a very important time of year, each and every year, because it's Thanksgiving week, and there's so many people that are hungry, they're homeless, and even those that are not on that same scale, they're having a difficult time making ends meet. They're struggling, and so you are urged to help the Poverello House, either cut them a check, donations with clothing, food. Food is of the utmost importance, I would tend to think, maybe more so than clothing at this point. What would you say? What's the scale?
What's
the trade-off?
It's really not a trade-off. I think it's a 50-50.
Is it really?
Yeah, you have folks that are always in need of food. You have folks that are always in need of clothing. And the great thing with our community is they've always really supported the Poverello House, and so we have the amenities and also the clothing to be able to do that as well.
But it seems to me you can get by with fewer clothes, but you need food to survive.
Correct. There's, but then you look at the winter months where sometimes in order to stay warm and to not get sick, you need that clothing as well, right? So it really goes back and forth throughout the year, and so that's where you kind of have that 50-50 throughout the year as well with the clothing and the food.
Yeah. Call in 436-ME-TV, option 11 if you want to help out. Cruz Avila, the executive director of the Poverello House, now 42 years and counting, my friends. 436-ME-TV, option 11. Back in a moment.
Innovation. The selection, the price. Ventura TV Appliance. With billions in nationwide appliance buying power, more than Home Depot and Best Buy combined, will help you save. Our low prices on Energy Star qualified Whirlpool appliances save you energy and money and pay no interest on select models when paid in full within 12 months. Ventura TV Appliance, serving you since 1951.
Watch Dr. TV on over-the-air channel 13.9.
Hello, I'm John Walsh. The Justice Network is seen here in Fresno and made possible by the Ventura Broadcasting Company. To see how law enforcement all across Central California are fighting crime, watch Local Choice with Austin Reed, where you'll see interviews and special reports with those who keep us safe every day. Local Choice with Austin Reed, daily on the Justice Network, Fresno, exclusively on KVBC Channel 13.5.
All right, you're looking at the showroom floor at Ventura TV here on Ventura and 6th Street. Of course, Black Friday already in place here, so you can come in today, tomorrow, and get all those Black Friday deals even before Black Friday takes place. Of course, we'll be closed on Thursday. It's Thanksgiving. Back on Friday, Saturday, and closed on Sunday, I believe. That's right. Anyway, you're watching Connect with me on MeTV Fresno, 436-MeTV, option 11. Our friend Cruz Avila is here from the Poverello House, 42 years and counting. And here is an email question, Cruz. Will the Poverello House be impacted by high-speed rail?
You know, that's a great question, and so those questions have been asked, and we're not going to be affected. So we're actually on the west side of G Street there, and so
how close?
So we're actually we are really good partners with the Fresno Rescue Mission, and so the Fresno Rescue Mission and us, even though both of our campuses are on the west side, the east side of G Street is really the area that's going to be impacted. So you have that dirt lot that's right on the corner of G and Ventura, where the rail is now. Yep. So that's the area that they'll be doing the construction. They'll be doing the rebuilding, and when you see all that,
that part of Ventura is going to be closed during the construction. Do
you
think it is?
Well, there's a lot of questions being asked. There's a lot of unanswered questions up to this point as well. But as we get any information from High Speed Rail, then obviously we pass it on to our board, and we pass it on to the mission, and the mission passes it on to us as well. So as of right now, we know we're not affected. So we're still in the clear.
Yeah, and I'm sure that whoever thought it out, I'm hoping that it does not impact traffic on Highway 99.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those things where when you have traffic or you have any type of road closures, there's always going to be some kind of impact. But, you know, Ventura being the gateway into downtown off of the 99, that's a major street there, major off-ramp. So we'll see how that goes, yeah.
Okay, so is the Poverello house, here's another email question. Is the POV open 24/7?
So we're not. We're considered a day camp, so we're pretty much open from 6 to 6, Monday through Friday, and then your Saturdays and Sundays we're open from 7 to 2.
All right. Is it for women and children only, according to this email? That's obviously not true.
So no, that's not true. And so what we have is, unfortunately, we don't work with families as of yet. That's part of the process that we eventually will get into as we talk to Papa Mike and we look at what the future holds for Poverello. But right now we have Naomi's House, which is single for single women 18 and over, a safe haven. 24 beds there for the women that can come overnight, so they have a place to stay, safe, sound.
How long can they stay there?
As long as they need to, and as long as they're working with our case managers and we get them back on track with what it is that they're in need of. And so same thing with our men's resident rehab program. It's 28 beds that we have there for the gentlemen that are coming out of the court system that are working through a rehab program. And we have that there at the Poverello as well.
So you have 28 beds for men and 24 for women at the Naomi's House.
Yeah, Naomi's House, correct.
Okay, let's roll a videotape. We have plenty of video of the Poverello house and plenty of clips here to show. You know where it's located, right? It's on F Street.
Correct.
And what kind of grant monies are you looking for at this point?
So we're really working with the city and the county. So it's the ESG funds, NOFA funds, ESG, the emergency solution grants. So we have just various grants that we work within the city to really work with the city efforts, the county efforts.
But are these federal grants? Or
federal grants.
State grants?
Federal and state grants. Yeah, so we apply for both.
How many?
So it just varies. It just depends on what it is that we're doing at the POV, and we want to make sure that we're able to be good stewards of those funds that come in. So we're not going to apply for grants that don't pertain to Poverello or don't pertain to the homeless clients that we're working with. So that's what we constantly do. We write grants that will really help the client's needs and really help Poverello as an organization grow with case managers and really help out with the bigger need with our clients.
Do those grants have to be specifically written for a certain area? And if you receive that money, does that money have to be spent in that specific area?
So the answer to both questions is yes.
Okay.
So yeah, if we write for a grant, so let's just say ESG. So these are emergency solution grants.
Okay.
So that's what ESG stands for. And these are really designed to really work with our clients to do case management, to do navigation for some of our homeless clients, to really help those folks that are coming in need, if it's housing, if it's finding them vouchers, working with the housing authority. So when you have these grants, you have to make sure that you're constantly working with the partners that need be and the funding stream, so you can actually use those funds and those funds that get allocated to each of those organizations that they go to where they need to go.
Okay, I mentioned during the monologue and several times during the program that you don't have to be homeless or penniless to go over to the Poverello house.
Correct.
How many middle-class people are you seeing over there now that are having a difficult time making ends meet?
Well, we're seeing a lot of families lately. We've encountered a lot of families that have been coming into the Poverello house, and a lot of these families are coming from the rural areas. And so when you talk about the economic stature of a lot of these families that are coming in, I mean, we're seeing families of 11, families of 9, families of 6. Not your average 3 or 4 set of a family. And so when you start
coming in every day?
They're coming. Well, we've had families that have been coming in within these since June up to this point now, up to November of where we currently are now. We've seen families of that size come in through Map Point at POV, which is a new linkage facility for us to be able to link clients to the services or housing or whatever the need is for a lot of these clients that are coming through our gates and doors. So when you look at that, those moderate families or the middle income, or depending on the AMI, which is the average medium income that a lot of these families are making, these are all clients and no questions asked. We're helping each and every client that comes in.
But do you see those families every day?
Not every day, but we're starting to see more of what we saw before. So we are seeing an increase of families coming into Map Point at POV because of, it could be because of the drought, it could be because of the economy, the way that we stand currently. But you see a lot of these new families that you've really never seen before that are coming from the rural areas. So I can't express enough, and I don't mean to sound like a broken record when it comes to talking about these families, but there's a lot of families that we're starting to see, and we need to really help these families and reach out to the families in the community and really help them get back on track.
The homeless population here in Fresno, address that issue. It's an ongoing political issue. It's tossed around like a political football. How do you see the homeless issue now in Fresno?
I mean, we're tackling it day to day. We're working with our homeless task force.
Are you seeing more homeless, less?
It's, to say that we're seeing more, we're starting to see more new faces than we've seen before.
That are homeless.
That are homeless. And when you start seeing that, so you're starting to see more folks that are coming out from the north side, from maybe more the east side, the south side, just depending on where these families are coming in. So when you start seeing new faces, either they weren't getting the right care the first time before, and now they are. And so when they're coming into our facilities, you're starting to see that. But all the efforts are put in place to be able to really help a lot of these new faces that we're starting to see. There's a lot of terms that have been tossed out there with homelessness, and it's really just educating the community and having folks really have a good eyes view if they come down to the Poverello House to really see what's happening, what's taking place, to really educate some of the folks out in the community on the homelessness issue and what's really happening with all our clients as well.
Are you seeing the same faces that are homeless, or are you seeing an increase in new people that are on the scene and living on the streets? People who maybe lost their house, lost their job, got a divorce, whatever. So you're seeing more and more of those new faces?
Yeah, it's more and more new faces, and it's a combination of what you just stated. I mean, we do have some clients that come back for a follow-up to make sure that they're back on track on what they need to be doing. But then you're starting to see those new faces, those new families, like, for example, a family of 11 and 9 that we saw, that we're working with them, we're transporting them to make sure that they get to where they need to get, helping them finding an apartment or getting housing. So it's a little bit of everything. And so that's why here at the Poverello House, we're very happy with the services that we're providing, and we continue to really outreach to the rest of the community to have them understand and really educate our community as a whole so they can see everything that the Poverello is doing as well.
Okay, got to go to break. Cruz Avila is here, the executive director of the Poverello House, and 436-ME-TV option 11 is our telephone number here. Time to give. It is that time of year again. A lot of people in need. The Poverello House, of course, needs your support. And they have a budget of just over $2 million a year, but does that barely scratch the surface of what you need, or is it working out okay so far?
It's scratching the surface, and that's where you start looking at those efforts to really collaborate with other organizations and really get that message out. But we're making it happen, but it's, those donations, as long as those keep coming, then we're able to do what we need to do.
Okay, got to go to break. We're back here on the showroom floor at Ventura TV in just a moment on Main TV Fresno.
Like Ventura TV Appliance on Facebook, it's nice. But when you love the Whirlpool appliances we deliver, it's even better. Our website is cool, and it's a good place to start, but you really should touch the merchandise before you buy. Touch the new Whirlpool Ice Collection. It offers a modern style made to create an inspiring kitchen experience. Save big on this Whirlpool Black Ice or White Ice kitchen. Come in to Ventura TV Appliance and touch the merchandise today.
That's for us, good buddy. The Men of Chips are on MeTV.
Hi, I'm John Baker. I'm John Baker. He's Officer Baker.
He's the blonde one.
Hi there.
What was Poncherello, man?
Frank Poncherello.
Well, I'm Frank Poncherello.
And he's the one who's Eric Estrada.
There's no way I wouldn't remember a name like that.
Catch the blonde one and the one who's Eric Estrada on
Now
Chips.
on MeTV Fresno, Xfinity 187.
From a top-secret location, it's the spies who love me, bringing together MeTV's top super spies to fight evil at a memorable moment's notice. They're daring.
That's right.
Brave.
Now what are we gonna do?
The best we can.
Suave.
Does that apply to me, Oscar?
Possibly.
And smart?
The old finger in the gun trick.
Maxwell Smart.
MeTV Fresno, Channel 43.6 and Xfinity 187.
Hello, I'm John Walsh. We need your help to capture this fugitive. James Bell is an alleged child predator. Bell's wanted for molesting 3 girls ages 9 through 13 while working at a local YMCA in 2003. He was arrested, then fled. Bell has worked as a gymnastics instructor, coach, and a computer repairman. Bell could be anywhere along the West Coast. If you know where he is, call 617-742-5533. Hello, I'm John Walsh. We need your help to capture this fugitive. Francisco Molina Nieve has been on the run since March 2008. The police and the FBI need your help tracking this coward down. He's wanted for brutally beating his girlfriend and for the use of a firearm. He has 3 freckles and a crescent shape under his right eye. Call the Colorado FBI at 303-629-7171 if you know where he's hiding.
All right, back here on the program. Connect with me on MeTV Fresno. And of course, we're talking about the Poverello house. Been around 42 years, since 1973. Gosh, you know, who was, just a trivia question. In 1973, who was the president? Come on, that's easy.
Jeez.
You have to know this, Cruz. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot. Richard Nixon was the president. It was a year before he resigned. Oh my gosh, you guys date that far back.
Yeah.
So
Well,
since then, you've had Nixon, Ford, then you've had Carter, Reagan, Bush,
I wasn't even born yet.
Bush.
73. Wow. Okay.
I know. What,
Yeah.
73? You weren't born?
Yeah, I was born in 79.
Hey, we've got a call coming in here. You're on with the executive director, but you're doing a great job.
Hello,
of it, I gotta
everybody.
say.
John. And
Hi.
is it Mr. Avila?
Yes.
Is that, listen, I mean, first, before I move on, or before I ask you some questions, who passed away recently, or can I ask you? I missed that part.
On the staffing part, that I'm aware of, nobody.
Thank God.
Oh,
Thank
okay.
God, yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
okay,
no,
great,
yeah, we
good.
have, yeah, no one has passed away from our staffing. So yeah, thank God, no, not that I'm aware of.
Oh, okay, good news. Listen, first question, let's see. What's the difference between you and the rescue mission? That's my first. I got 2 questions.
A great question.
I had more, but I'll make it 2.
No,
The
it's
difference
okay.
between the rescue mission and yourself, Poverello house.
Yes, correct.
And that's my first question. And did you know, when my daughter lived in Las Vegas, and she needed to move, she went to UNLV, and when she needed to move from one apartment to another one, which wasn't far away, they were near each other, same complex. You could call the Catholic Services, and they sent out. You kind of get the time and date, and you ask them. They send out 2 men from their place, and would only work 4 hours, and they would help you move. And you do donate some money. I think there was a certain price, I kind of forget, per hour. Now, I don't know if you see the day that would happen here in Fresno, but it was definitely something to keep them busy and a purpose for them for their existence, one of the purposes for them to keep busy and something accomplishments. The Las Vegas has a 200-bed if not more. I don't know. That was then, like about 6-7 years ago, when
Okay.
Ani was there, living there. They had 200-bed facilities. Of course, it's a larger town, definitely. I don't know. Definitely more homeless too. But
Right.
can you
Bigger
see
city.
that happening, where people, they would come out to your house and help you with a certain fee? They would come by bus. They don't have their own car. They had the paperwork with them, and they would show that to you, and you say, okay, you are the right guys, and let's get to work. So those are the things that I'm asking you if that could ever happen. And thank you very much, Cruz, for what you're doing.
No, thank you very much, and I appreciate the call. No, so to answer your first question, so the difference between the rescue mission and the Poverello House is that the mission is a faith-based organization, and the Poverello, we're non-faith-based. So that's to answer that question. That's the quick answer to it. Pretty much doing and providing the same services, but at the end of the day, faith-based versus non-faith-based. And even though we're not a faith-based organization, we still continue to work with all the faith-based organizations and communities. But that's really the major difference: is faith-based versus a non-faith-based organization. So, but at the end of the day, we partner up. We work very well with Reverend Larry Arce and Pastor Rob Cravey. The great relationship with the folks at the rescue mission, and we love that we're right next door to them, so we can really collaborate and make that make the work that we do. Yeah, they're right next door to us, and so we work hand in hand with them, and I can't say enough about the rescue mission and about the great work that they do as well. To answer your second question,
one second. Let's roll a videotape. I want to take that too, and we can take that full screen. We can see some of the meals being served. Second question, go ahead.
So second question, anything's possible. As we work very closely with the Fresno Diocese as well, we work with Catholic Charities, we work with a lot of the faith-based organizations as well, like I just mentioned. That would be a possibility, and that's obviously something that you just never know what tomorrow's going to bring or what today can bring as well. And that's connecting and really working with everyone within the community and seeing if that could be a possibility. I'm not the type of person to say I like to promise things, because if you don't come through, then that's
like a fool.
and you don't want to do that. So at the end of the day, we will do whatever we have to do on our end to make sure that our community prospers and they get the services that they need. So the great questions, and I appreciate the questions in the call.
Yeah. Is the caller gone? Okay, thank you very much for the call. I hope that answered your question. I appreciate it very much. Got a text question here too, and someone wanting to know two things. Can you go in as a family and pick up an entire turkey and take it home?
So unfortunately, we don't, and we can't allow for that to happen, because if that was the case, then folks would be coming in, taking turkeys, take them home. We cook them. We want the folks to be able to enjoy a nice meal there at the Poverello House. It's not to say that we wouldn't be able to do that unless a family was really in need and they didn't have transportation or they couldn't make it to the Poverello House. Then there's special circumstances and special accommodations that you can make for a situation. But we would really have to evaluate that situation to be able to have that happen. But no.
Yeah, I mean, if you did that for everybody, you wouldn't have any turkeys left
Exactly,
to cook
yeah.
for the people that come to the pub.
That really do need the food.
really
Yeah,
do need
exactly.
it. Yeah, exactly. Good point there. Caller, go ahead. You're on the air.
Yes, I'd like to ask real quick questions to Mr. Avila.
Yes.
You know what? I commend you for what you're doing for people, but I was wondering, do you take a survey of homes around the community where, you know, they may not look like they're homeless, but they don't have anything to eat? Number two, what percentage have you ever taken a survey of what percentage of the people that go into the Poverello house are military people? Because sometimes they can't cope with inside the life that they have overseas or whatever, and they become homeless and they lose their families and whatever. And I know some people that were in the service that they're having a hard time. And have you ever known or taken a survey that in your own let's say, function as far as feeding the people and whatnot. And I know it takes a lot of money. You know, God always blesses you, people like yourselves and the organization yourselves. But people that may have nice homes, whatever, they're struggling just to keep that house and don't have the food that they need for kids and whatnot. But I wish they would take surveys in that aspect. So I just thought I'd let you know a couple of questions.
So thank you. Yeah, and those are amazing and great questions. So, and to answer both of your questions, so we do surveys for all our clients that are coming in, and that's what Matt Point at Poverello was designated to do, is to really have an assessment which is called VI-SPDAT, which is the acronym of what we call our survey. And what it is, it's a vulnerability survey, and it's really letting us know where our clients are, if they have a home but they can't afford.
You mean if they're on the verge of becoming homeless?
Verge of becoming homeless, or like the gentleman just asked the question, if they have their home but yet they don't have food, and you know they're in need of other amenities or other resources. We provide all that at Poverello House. So we do a very thorough assessment with all our clients, all our families that are coming through.
In, you do a survey?
That want the help, exactly, that are looking for help. Because some folks will just come in and they're just looking for a hot, warm, nutritious meal. And that's what we're there to provide, no questions asked. But if folks are really looking for that service or really looking for the help to really get them back on their feet again, then that's where Matt Point at Poverello comes into place. And that's also where Poverello, as an organization, we do that as well. And so also addressing the veterans, the homeless veterans. We work with San Joaquin Valley Vets. We work with West Care. We work with a lot of the various organizations to really address those needs of our veterans and all the great service that they provided. And we're here to help them out. And once again, no questions asked. And we do those assessment surveys to really identify our homeless vets, homeless clients. So we do the variety, and we're to the T, and we dot the I's to make sure that we're getting all the right services for the folks that need it.
Okay, talking with Cruz, Avila, the executive director of the Poverello House, now 42 years in running. You're welcome to call in 436-ME-TV, option 11. And if you're out there watching television at a friend's house and have nowhere to go on Thanksgiving, the POV is here waiting for you. They'll be serving meals there at 12 o'clock. There is the full screen there, the information on the Poverello House, and of course located at 412 F Street in Sacramento. There's the in Fresno. 498-6988 is the telephone number, and of course the website poverellohouse.org. It's a 501c3 nonprofit, as many of you know, and it's a place that you can go and get warm, get some food, get some hot chocolate, get a little coffee, warm up, and be safe and sound on Thanksgiving Day. Back in just a moment here with your phone calls, more of them, as we take a look at another shot of our showroom floor here at Ventura TV. Black Friday is already underway. You can get deals on washers, dryers, big screen TVs, stoves, any kind of a kitchen appliance that you may want for your home this holiday season. We're back in just a moment.
Tune in to Heartland for the best in true country music. Relive vintage specials, one-of-a-kind concerts, and country music's earliest videos. Heartland is the heart of country, the only place where you can find country music, country stars, and country lifestyles 24/7. Heartland, the heart of country.
Now on channel 13.2. Not sure what you're watching? Want to see what's coming up next? Or just want to browse what's on without the hassle of flipping channels? Your wish has come true. Now you can view schedules for all the digital TV channels available in the Central Valley. Get local weather updates and forecasts, and listen to nationally syndicated Biz Talk Radio, all on KVHF 4.1. Rescan your TV now, then tune in to digital channel 4.1 to start enjoying the all-new TV guide.
Back here, showroom floor, Ventura TV, on your Tuesday morning on your television set, your television dial, which is Comcast channel 375 or 43.6 or 13.1 if you have over-the-air broadcast. And what about going down to the Poverello house and volunteering specifically? Let's talk about Thanksgiving Day. If you want to serve a meal, you want to do something that's going to make your heart and your body feel warm and good and fuzzy.
Yeah, so we have volunteers coming in on a day-to-day basis, 365 days out of the year. Thanksgiving Day, it's the holiday season is always the big season for folks that want to come and volunteer. But right now we have Thanksgiving Day. It looks like we do have all of the hours that are filled up. We may have a couple of spots still open. If you call into our office, 498-6988. You can speak with Imelda. She's our receptionist there,
Great.
the front contact office. And if there's still some spots available for our morning shift, now remind
4
you,
o'clock in the morning,
it's
right?
actually it's 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. There's still, I think, 2 or 3 spots open because we're prepping and cooking as early as 4:30 in the morning on Thanksgiving Day. So if folks do want to come volunteer, there may be a couple of spots open at the wee hours of the morning. but yeah, we're there. But volunteering is always a necessity, and it's always a great blessing for us. Last year alone, we had over 11,000 volunteers unduplicated. So these are new volunteers that came in.
Can you come in unannounced, or do you always have to call?
It's good to call, and some folks, they show up and ask how they can volunteer and they can come in, but you can go to our facility there, our organization, and you can ask the questions. And then Jessica Munoz, she's our volunteer coordinator. She takes care of all the paperwork and everything for volunteers that come in. There's an orientation process, about 45 minutes to kind of run through the whole organization, what we do, the dressing code, the attire that you have to wear when you're volunteering, and just kind of the safety rules as well for our organization and when you're volunteering if you want to come in. So there are a couple spots still open for Thanksgiving Day, but if you call now, you may still be able to get in, but if not, then there's still other days throughout the year that you can volunteer as well.
Yeah, exactly right. Only got about a minute left here, and talk about the ag jobs here have been dwindling because of the water situation. Have you seen some of those people that work in ag come into the POV?
Correct. We've actually seen a lot of folks, and this is what I was referring to back earlier in your show, John, is that I'm starting to see the ag communities, the rural areas, a lot of the families from those rural areas that are coming in.
Yeah.
And when we start seeing that, then we know that there's a bigger need, and that as an organization, we're here to serve and to really help the need of the community.
Yeah, amazing. Do we have a call coming in? We do. Caller, are you there? Well, you were there. Okay, you can call in. Still got a couple of minutes left. 436-ME-TV, option 11. How much time we got left? 30 seconds? We only have 30 seconds left? We're already done? You gotta be kidding. What time is it here? It's 10:56. Oh, okay. All right. Any other final parting words here before we go? Any other message you want to get out there quickly?
No, there's a huge need, and so if folks can come down, volunteer, really get that experience down at Poverello House, we encourage folks to come on down 412 F Street. That's here in Fresno. Give us a call at 498-6988 to really help the bigger need. And just remember, when we're able to come home to a hot, warm, nutritious meal and a warm home, some folks aren't, and so we always want to put that perspective out there.
Exactly right. Cruz, Avila, good to see you, my friend.
Thank you, John. Thank
Happy
you.
Thanksgiving,
Likewise.
and you're doing a great job over there.
Thank you.
For all you do. Thank you for the community here in the Central Valley.
Thank you very much.
All right. Cruz Avila, the executive director of the Poverello House, and go down and help out if you can. Donate food, donate some clothing, donate some money if you possibly can, and it will make you feel good to help out others here in the Central Valley. That's going to do it for us. Jim Grant's going to be here tomorrow from the Catholic Diocese to talk about what role religion plays and what's going on in the world today. For example, hey, how about Turkey taking down a Russian fighter jet earlier today? You heard about that big news and what's going on with ISIS in the Middle East. How does that all figure into the scripture and what was written so many centuries ago? Back tomorrow, another edition of this live program. Have a great day.